Shields wants to give what both her biggest fans and her biggest detractors have been asking for, a knockout in her homecoming moment.
Okay, so
and now entering
YouTube and see if the stream is up as always.
And now entering the ring, the champion, Claressa Shields.
That person's name is Cornejo.
Huh?
Looks like that person's name is Cornejo.
Oh yeah. It's like female Canelo there, looks like. I have to go to the stream, but this is something I should do before we even start the stream. And that would be nice to close that door. Alright, so what do we got here? Alright, so we got Claressa Shields entering the ring. Talking to your mic, please, see if it works. Okay.
Well, I can hear the ring stuff clearly.
Yeah. In your headset.
Yeah.
Which is where you should hear it. Is that in the show? Okay, I gotta check this. This is what I really hate about this. I needed to set this up earlier, as I always say. Yes, okay. Yeah, I did it.
Yes, it's in the show.
Okay, speak.
Boop. Boop.
Cash Doll providing the soundtrack for Claressa Shields' entrance.
Everything's mixed together.
One Michigan star leading another to the ring. As Claressa Shields prepares for what she describes as a dream moment, headlining at Little Caesars Arena.
Okay, so we're lowering this music. It's way too loud. Or actually lowering the pay-per-view audio. We got Claressa Shields in the middle of the ring.
That's quite an outfit she's wearing.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting outfit. It looks okay, I guess, if you're into Liberace. Okay. Alright, so we got here late, but we're here for the main event. I'm here joined by Bob. How's it going, Bob?
It was less hot than yesterday, so I guess that's a good thing. Or a bad thing.
Yeah, it's weird how all of our audio is going through the show mic, but hopefully it doesn't sound terrible.
Speaking of Liberace.
Okay, we're gonna see, where's the desktop on. Okay, so right there, I guess they're gonna do the national anthem now. So the lady Claressa Shields is fighting, I just heard, had some kind of weird mishap with breast implants and got sick from them.
Well, that's not an unusual thing. There have been several recalls on implants.
And she has recovered from her implant syndrome.
Basically what happens is the implants start leaching into the body and it sort of poisons them.
Okay, so she got poisoned by her boobs. Poison boobs. Alright, so then I'm singing the national anthem very poorly.
Well, it looks like one guy's mic died. And I think that threw them off.
That was Mike?
Because now now they're all singing basically through.
I mean, was this intentional for them to sing this part? Are those like basketball players or something?
I think they're an a cappella quartet.
This is really bad.
They seem to be having a lot of mic problems.
The guy on the left looks sort of like RuPaul.
The guy in the red jersey.
Guy in the red?
He, his mic seems to have died, so...
On the red?
Yeah. You saw him, like, look at his mic and then just basically put it down.
Our audio's really out of sync, too, watching this. Like, we're hearing it, like, way after. This is weird. There's been some weird audio things happening with this pay-per-view all night. We're gonna lower our music. Oh, that's nice of him to say, ain't no country like the one we got. That's gonna be very offensive to a lot of people.
Yeah, well, fuck them. The people who are offended, that is. It's interesting, he has, like, the Jamaican colors in his pocket square.
Oh, yeah? Is she... I don't know if she's... Maybe she's Jamaican. I'm not sure.
Claressa Shields credits the gyms and youth centers of Flint, Michigan as what saved her life as a child.
So she's crediting Flint, Michigan for her success.
Greatest female boxer of all time.
The water, I heard, is pretty good over there. Maybe the water made her really strong. She seems to be doing pretty well in her career. We're going to lower this because in the stream it looks like this is way louder than it should be.
At this time, I would like to ask all those 1,000 youth to now stand and
apparently they're making a documentary about her.
Yeah.
give them a big round of applause.
Yeah, she's won a good amount of fights. She had I think she had 2 MMA fights. She lost one of them. So she's trying to get into that too. Been cool to see her go against Amanda Nunes. But didn't happen. Really trying to get this audio to not be blasting. Oh wow. Okay, can we... Alright, we're trying to get this working again. Right, so what are you looking at there?
I want to see if she's Jamaican. Because it looks like she's wearing the... I mean, she might just like green and gold, but...
She might.
That could also be. But she's
Look at the lady she's fighting. This lady looks like she does look sickly.
Absolutely nothing like the lady in the picture.
Yeah, she does.
She looks like Ava Longoria
I feel
in the
like
picture, and then I look over here and it's like you ordered Ava Longoria from Wish.
I feel like her name is almost Canelo's name.
No, I think she looks like Cornholio.
It should have been like Cornello.
Cornhole.
And she is Mexican.
Her name is Cornhole.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it.
And
it's
she
like
looks
corn.
like Ava Longoria from Wish. So I mean, all in all, whoever did the Photoshop for that official fight poster did her real dirty.
Yeah.
That's just not fair. You go in thinking you're gonna see a lady that looks like that, and then you see what walked into the ring, and it's just not the same.
Well, she has a lot of makeup in that poster, right?
But I mean, Claressa Shields doesn't have a lot of makeup. She looks that looks like the same lady.
I guess she looks okay.
But then this other one, I don't know, maybe she was on her way to some sort of boudoir photo shoot. And she was like, oh yeah, I've got to do this promo real quick. Because, like, ma'am, that's entirely too much eyeliner.
They look like they were a lot nicer to Clarissa when it came to the poster.
I mean, it looks like
look at her. Like, one looks like she's all makeuped up and ready to go to the club or something, and then Clarissa looks like she just got into a fight with her boyfriend.
Well, apparently she does have a history of domestic abuse.
I'm gonna guess she's the one beating people up, huh?
No, apparently she credits boxing with saving her life.
Okay, that one is. All right, so I don't know I can't hear what's happening, but
I just can't really get past cornhole in real life versus cornhole in the picture. I mean, that's like profile picture versus timeline photo, right? Like, that's the picture that she picks as her Facebook photo or like profile picture, her Tinder profile picture.
It's a decent
and then
picture.
You see one that somebody tags her in, and you're like, this is not the same person.
Yeah, and then when you see her in the ring, she just looks... I don't know. She looks familiar. She looks like sort of like Duran to me from the UFC. Yeah,
a bit. I mean, I'm not saying that she's like a hideously ugly woman. I just think that like what they did with this is not nice. They did a not nice thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Clarissa Shields appears to have traction alopecia.
She looks like she doesn't sleep much. She's got big bags under her eyes.
Her hairline starts in the middle of her head.
Yeah, that sort of looks like that.
So like you go from ear directly.
Yeah,
to
that is
hairline.
pretty insane, isn't it? She reminds me a little bit of like a female Lennox Lewis.
So I guess they photoshopped that because in the poster it looks like she has a normal hairline.
Yeah,
not
her
like-
hairline is like way up there.
Her hairline is.
She is the predator.
It's still in Michigan.
It looks like she's wearing a regular top, like she bought it at like Walmart. Like, what's
Yeah.
up with that top?
I mean, I think it's a cute like bralette.
Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, didn't happen yet.
Bless you in advance.
Thank you. Oh, look at her. She looked very Mike Tyson-like when she did that smile. She's doing a little shimmy.
wiggle.
She's doing a little wiggle. I feel like that top's gonna come off.
No,
That doesn't look like an athletic top.
she doesn't have big bazooms.
Yeah, but it might get pulled off. It just doesn't look athletic,
It's
does
not
it?
going to get pulled off. They don't have thumbs.
I don't know. It just
are they gonna
it
pull
does
it?
not look like the right top.
I don't think Cornholio is going to try to, pull her top off.
That top does not look right. Okay, I'm
I
gonna lower
think
the
that
music.
it's just somewhat discordant because it looks like a more delicate, like it looks like she's going to go do Pilates or yoga, not punch somebody else in the face. And it's interesting. They have ring girls, but they're like...
You got to back away from the mic slightly. That's why I moved it. If you put yourself on, you're making it peak.
The ring girls are wearing like a slightly more conservative outfit today.
She looks like there was this guy.
Damn, that looks like a dude.
I saw this dude
Cornhole
online.
looks like a straight up dude.
I saw this guy in a video, and he had like a bunch of plastic surgery. A man. She looks sort of like him, a boxer.
Wait. Who was the boxer who looked like a piranha? Little Hispanic dude.
Middle Hispanic guy. Who did he fight?
And he quit.
Who did he fight? Ryan.
He
Garcia?
was buddies with Ronda Rousey.
You just have to watch on the mic. It's peaking.
He was buddies with Ronda Rousey. She looks like
Hispanic?
him. Yeah.
Buddies with Nick Diaz.
No.
Okay, the first round has just begun. These are all.
He got his jaw broken.
Victor Ortiz.
That's the one. She looks like Victor Ortiz.
This first round, like I totally forgot that these fights are 2-minute rounds. Clarissa Shields just threw a big overhand right and missed. Came back with a nice sharp left hook, landed, but there was nothing on it.
Cornholio looks like she's fighting scared.
Yeah, Cornhole looks a little bit stiff.
Do we know anything about Cornhole's record?
I don't know anything about her. They showed it. She had 5 losses, but she had 15 wins and 5 losses.
I mean, it seems like she might be a bit outmatched here.
Yes, I mean
Clarissa
everyone
Shields
is,
has
isn't
like
there?
a much more impressive.
And she's more masculine. Like there's something about the way she moves. It's a lot like a lot of these women are real like sloppy with their movements, and Shields just kind of moves around like a dude. I don't know what it is.
I think that Shields is just.
But she's winging those
seasoned.
right hands. Those right hands are not very impressive from Shields. They're big winging right hands. She's throwing one after another.
Effective.
Well, Corn is not putting her hands up. She's not putting that left hand up at all.
Cornholio doesn't. I think Cornholio is outclassed. I think that this is going to be easy work for Shields. That's my prediction.
Well, let's hope to see a fight here. Shields is definitely winning this round. She's pressing the action. She's throwing a lot of punches. She's not really causing any damage, but she is pressing forward. Now, they got in a clinch. There was a clash of heads, it looked like. Okay, so Shields jumping in. Big looping right overhand from Shields, completely back of the head. She took a lot off of it. She saw that she was coming with it. She's real wild. She looks like she's trying to knock this lady out quick.
I've never seen somebody come in wearing beads on their trousers. I mean, I've seen the fringes.
Well, is she wearing beads?
Yeah, she's got beads. She's got all sorts of things.
That's insane that they let her do that.
And those aren't trousers. It looks like she's wearing, like, I don't know, some sort of weird burlesque skirt. Like, keeping with your theme of her top getting ripped off, I feel like she's going to start taking the petals off.
Whoa. I have to...
That gentleman has very neat braids. Very tidy. Very nice.
I have to fix this. I'm fixing a graphic here, everyone. This needs to be at the bottom, I think.
I've seen that coach before. Who does he coach that's not her?
I'm not sure.
We've seen him
Give me a minute.
before.
I'll take a look in a second. I'm just fixing this the scorecard right now. It's glitched a little bit. I have to put this all the way at the bottom. Wait, or right above that. Oh, that's the same guy that coached Bernard Hopkins at one point, I think. That was also Kovalev's coach. I don't remember.
I know that we've seen him before.
Yeah, he was Kovalev's coach. I forget his name. All right, so that was a Shields round. Very easy to score. Shields just was not exactly the most accurate, but
she was the only one doing anything.
She did more. All right, we're in round number 2 right now. Corn is coming.
Woken up.
Corn is coming forward a little more aggressive.
Cornhole has entered the chat.
Corn has entered the building. Oh, Corn eats a big right hand, big overhand right. Corn does not like keeping that left hand up.
Corn doesn't have good movement is the issue. Corn
eats another short right hand, all kinds of much. Clarissa Shields is fighting very sloppy here.
I mean, Cornholio isn't giving her a reason to not fight sloppy.
Yeah, I agree. She can't hurt her. She hasn't hurt her, so Shields has no reason to respect her.
And
Shields is a big winging right hand from Shields, huh?
Cornholio's head is right there all the time.
It is. She doesn't leave that hand up. I mean, she's throwing the big winging right hand. You think you keep that? Now Corn just ate a right hook right on the chin, and then a left hook.
It looked like a nice body shot.
And Shields is just throwing everything. She's not respecting her at all.
Yeah, I don't think that this is gonna. I don't know if this will go the distance, but I don't think it's gonna be because Shields has like tremendous strategic skill. I think Shields is just not afraid and throwing the kitchen sink at her.
Big right hand, big straight right hand from Shields lands on Corn.
I would actually be surprised if this made it to 5.
Yeah, me too. I don't think this is going.
This is like maybe one more round after.
I mean, unless Shields does too much and throws away a lot of her injury, because she is at a risk. If this doesn't work out, this might become a fight because Shields is winging out big punches. She might start to gas.
I don't know. I feel like she's been in this long enough to kind of moderate her energy.
I don't know. She seems to have. Maybe she thinks she could just blow her out of there, and it's not. It hasn't happened yet. So.
I don't know that Cornholio's giving her reason to think she can't blow her out.
She's using a good amount of movement, but that's obviously, is obviously another Shields round. This isn't a very hard fight to score.
No, not at all.
All right, after 2 rounds, I mean that was almost like a 2-point round for Shields.
Yeah.
I mean, she completely dominated the entire round, but.
And even though her punching isn't nice looking, it is effective. It's not clean, but it's effective-ish. Yeah, I mean, Cornholio's got to put her hands up. Like, what is she doing?
She does. Yeah.
She's trying to like be the spiritual successor of the Broken Jaw to Victor Ortiz.
She is.
If Victor Ortiz decided to become a woman, he would be Cornholio.
He would be Corn. All right, we're in round number 3 now. Looks like Shields won the first 2 rounds very easily.
I don't know if Cornhole's going to make it out of this round with this strategy that she's been implementing thus
Shields
far.
threw a lot of punches in that second round, in that first and second round. Big winging right hands.
If Shields lands like 1 or 2 more of those nice chin shots, I don't think Cornhole's going to be on her feet.
Shields getting hit with a straight right hand and a left hook, but both of them there was no power on them. Shields pumping a jab, coming forward. No follow-up, just pumping, just kind of measuring, I guess. Corn steps in, hits Shields with a jab, short jab, no power on it, but it did land. She's trying to use movement here. Right. This is what Corn's doing.
I imagine that her corner said, if you would like to remain on your feet, you're going to need to move and put your hands up.
Corn just ate like 2 punches. She did she threw a decent punch. You can see there were some bad intentions on it. Corn threw like a pretty hard punch and missed. But
the whole issue I've been having with a lot of the boxing matches we've seen recently is that
Corn throws a big right overhand.
One of the fighters is just there, like the lights are on but no one's home.
Yeah, it's a mismatch.
Mm-hmm. Like
Corn is doing a good job of avoiding these big right hands. Shields is breathing heavy a little bit right now. I've seen this kind of stuff. You never know. You could see an upset, especially when you have a fighter who sees that she's making the person who's supposedly supposed to win gas. And she is using a lot of movement. I think she knows that Shield is using a lot of energy. So we got Shields pressing forward still. Corn doesn't seem to be bothered, and she seems to actually be gaining confidence as the rounds go by.
Maybe she thought she would let Shields kind of work herself out. The first
Shield it's another Shields round, but it definitely is looking a little better for Corn in this round. But she was outworked. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's a Shield. It's a Shields round, yeah. But I don't know. I have a hard time getting very excited about these fights when they look like this. When it's almost like a boxing clinic is being put on. Mm-hmm. I don't know that Shields is really showing her skill set here, but Cornholio isn't doing anything.
She doesn't have to really. What is this music for sure?
By comparison, she's doing great. Who is this little dude? Have we seen him before? I feel like we've seen him before too.
Little guy?
Yeah, little shrimplet.
Okay.
Cornholio is being coached by a shrimp.
Okay, where are we? We're in round 4. Mm-hmm. Looks like 3 easy rounds for Shields. Mm-hmm. Seems to have thrown a lot of punches in those first 2, and she's gassing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I don't think she expected to make it this far. I think she thought that she was going to put her down.
That's the mistake you make sometimes when you throw a lot of punches, right? You start to guess.
It looks like our scorecard matches.
Yes.
Whoever that is.
Our match, it's the zone scorecard is the same as ours. They have Shields winning the first 3 rounds.
Is a stupid name. Whoever came up with that should get fired.
I have a feeling we're going to see Corn get more and more confident as the fight goes, especially if Shields keeps missing. Mm-hmm. Shields comes in real close, basically clinching now, getting in real close with the shots. She thought she was going to come here and knock this woman out, and I think in a single round or 2, and it didn't happen. And the lady actually seems to be taking Shields' shots pretty well. Yeah.
So maybe that was the strategy: come in, let her get tired, and then.
Like boxer. She's trying to box her, but she's not. Shields comes in and lands a nice straight right hand, but she hasn't been able to really hurt Corn.
Yeah. I don't know. She got her a couple of times on the chin that wobbled her a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she was wobbled, but she was definitely. She felt it. She felt there's some power there, right? Because she didn't take anything off it. She didn't even have her hands up earlier in the fight. She stood there like.
Yeah. But she's pressuring forward now. Corn is pressuring forward, except she doesn't seem to have much power. Corn. She doesn't have much power on these shots. If Corn
manages to get this, it'll be on points. It'll be on points, or and I don't even because Shields defeats herself.
I don't even see the points just because she's really not very active with her hands. She's not throwing enough punches. I mean,
I don't think that she has the ability or the power to put Shields down, is what I mean. Like, if Cornholio manages by some miracle to pull this off as a victory, it'll because either Shields
big right hand from Shields, overhand right.
She manages to get the technical points.
Yeah, Shields keeps landing these overhands, but they're with the inside of the glove, so they're not the knuckles. So they're not.
Shields is walking on very flat feet back to her corner. She is tired.
Yeah, she's throwing those big overhands.
She's a fairly seasoned fighter, so it's a bit disappointing to see her so out of condition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but when you're winging out those big power punches one after another, it's going to tire out quicker. Then and she's not thinking too much. She's just throwing it out there.
She looks like Victor Ortiz. You cannot convince me otherwise. Like if Victor Ortiz,
she looks sort of like if Ron Perlman was a woman and Mexican.
No. She's not an unattractive woman. They just, whomever decided to Photoshop her into Eva Longoria just was not being kind to her that day. Because, look at the picture, look at the person. That's just not cool.
All right, we're going into round number 5 now.
Halfway through.
Shields has won the first 4 rounds.
But Shields is tired.
Yeah, I see it. It's only a 10-round fight, and I'm surprised they're only 2-minute rounds. She knows the thing is when it comes to a fighter like this, and I'm pretty sure she's a huge underdog, and if this isn't a fix, she actually just hit Shield with a nice right hand. The thing is, when you have a fighter like this and she knows there's so much on the line, she's going to step it up as the fight goes along because she wants to get that knockout, and she's doing a great job avoiding Shield's right hand.
Yeah.
After I said that, she got hit with a straight right, but Shields is just going insane, just throwing loads and loads of
I don't know
punches.
if Shields has many more. I don't know if Shields has all the rounds in her.
She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to look bad. Look at that big winging overhand. She's just all
I think
emotion.
You should lose a point. Like if your technique is absolute garbage, I think you should lose points.
I think Shields is like offended that this lady is still in the ring with her.
She is.
And she's trying
She was not expecting to be in round 5.
Yeah.
That much is clear.
Yeah, she thought she was just going to blow her out. Looks like Corn is measuring right now. She's measuring Shield with the jab.
I mean,
Shields lands a nice stiff jab on Corn.
All of a sudden, Cornholio developed power at some point.
Well, they traded right hands and both missed. Yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes, you know, especially when the other fighter's real tired. Because Shields is really throwing a lot of energy into all these shots. She's trying she's throwing bombs. She's throwing bombs over here, and she's missing almost all of them.
Yeah, because
she'd land a big right hand right now. Shields stalking Corn. But you never know when you see the sloppiness. When fighters get sloppy like that, sometimes they get put to sleep, even the best ones.
Yeah, but
Shields is fighting very, very wild right now.
She's like lunging at her almost.
She
I feel like whomever is Shields' conditioning person, they need to reconsider their strategy. Because she does not. I mean, she's only at round 5. She's a seasoned player.
Yeah, she's still got 5 more rounds to go.
Like this, there's no reason for her to look like this.
She is throwing just a big winging right hand, a big hand. She didn't. Yeah, hands down, all of it.
Along across the ring, mouth open. She looks like she just ran a marathon.
Yeah, the hands down. It's like it looks very amateurish, but she can get away with it because of her opponent.
I mean, she's been in the ring for 10 minutes so far. Like, she shouldn't be this out of sorts.
Yep. But when she's just winging out all one big punch after another. So, I mean, this is what we got so far. 5 rounds, all Shield. Let's see.
Who is this Salida Promotions? I haven't heard. Is that a new promoter?
Give me 1 second. I gotta fix the scorecard. I'm opening it the wrong way. Okay, it's it's supposed to be done here. Okay, there you go. Now you got that scorecard. It's got a cue in the scorecard music, which I don't know if it's on. Okay, we're going now into the 6th round.
Shields is just going crazy.
Yeah, she's just winging out big punches.
And, you know, it's one thing to be more active, but if you're active and you look like shit, I don't think that that's really doing very much for your cause. Like, I think that you should still be mindful of your technique and, you know, being a clean and effective fighter, not just an active fighter.
Yeah. All right, so looks like Shields is winning another round, right? What do you think?
Yeah. It's hard, like, yes, she's winning, but it's difficult to say, like, oh yeah, it's a Shields round when she's fighting so sloppy.
She's very sloppy. She keeps her left hand low. She's not putting her left hand up. She's just walking around all like very robotic, throwing this big right straight or big right overhand. Her opponent is really not throwing much of anything.
Like, if we wanted to make a gif of this fight, it would be her as Jason. Like,
yeah, just stalking her opponent. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing coming back. It's just all one-way traffic. I mean, it's really not impressive. She's fighting like a corpse in there. Yeah, she just got stiff-armed. Yeah, she's really not doing anything. The Shields is throwing a lot, and there's not anything coming back. Looks like Shields caught like a short right hand.
I mean, is it just that there aren't many fighters? Because I feel like every weekend we're seeing mismatches, like over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's just not a lot of big woman fighters for this lady to fight. Okay, let's see the scorecard. Scorecard.
She has OnlyFans on the front of her trunks. Maybe that's why they photoshopped her into being Ava Longoria.
Okay, we got Shields winning. We're going into round number 7.
Is she an OnlyFans person? What's her name again? What's Cornholio's name?
I don't know. You think she's got an OnlyFans?
Well, she has OnlyFans on the front of her.
Yeah, they do that a lot. They advertise the trash a lot nowadays.
Cornejo. What's her first name?
Pendejo. Okay, we're in the 7th round now. Corn coming into the middle of the ring, running away quickly. Shields pressing forward. Nice. Shields eats a decent right hand from Corn. One of the best shots I think Corn threw in the whole fight. And you know, the thing is that it wouldn't shock me if Shields got knocked out because she's fighting so sloppy. Like, this is like the perfect setup to get knocked out when you do stuff like this with a boxer. You underestimate your opponent. They don't throw anything hard, and then out of nowhere you eat something hard and they finish you off. And Shields is in the perfect position for that to happen.
Maricela Cornejo has an OnlyFans. Here it is.
Is she nude?
She's in a bikini.
Degenerate.
I don't know. She's training with. I mean, it is possible.
Shields just throwing a million punches here and really not doing anything. Just it's a lot of pressure.
It doesn't look like
she just charged in with her hands down. I mean, this is not very good boxing that's happening with Shield. I think this isn't even boxing. This is just wildness.
Looks like she uses OnlyFans as like a subscription Instagram kind of a deal.
Oh,
it doesn't look like she does any spicy stuff.
Who would want to subscribe to this lady?
I don't know.
She's not even like an amazing fighter or anything.
Wish.com Ava Longoria, I guess, has some clout.
She's got a left uppercut and a left hook from Shields. Shields pressing forward. Just laying it on this lady. Not really landing much of anything, but just a high work rate. Shutting down Corn. Corn just ate a big right straight hand. And she's still standing up to all this. This lady, if this woman had some power, she would have knocked Shields out. She would have beat her if she would have had a little bit of timing and a right hand or whatever. Shields would be out. Shields is just
saying she's basically like Paulie Malignaggi.
Shields is swinging, never ending, and she can't even get a knockdown.
I think Shields is beating herself. I mean, she's going to win the fight, but I think that she's like, her team needs to look at the tape and go back to the drawing board because there's a lot of things that are amiss here. Her conditioning is out of sorts. Her technique is out of sorts. She's just... I think that she truly was not prepared for this fight to go beyond, like, round 2. And now she's just become a mess.
Showing the good right straight from Shields. They're showing the replay right now. This is our scorecard. Shields has won every single round. You agree with this, Bob?
Yeah. It's just disappointing because Shields, I think, is a better fighter than the Shields we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, she's with the lady she has no respect for, so.
Yeah, but she's making herself look really bad.
Yes, I think that's why she's kind of pissed because she's fighting this low level fighter and she can't get her out of there. I mean, she can't even knock her down. I mean, Cornholio over here looks like a cleaner fighter than Shields. Yeah. And that absolutely should not be the case. Yeah, but Shields has no respect, so she's just careers. Doesn't care about looking like garbage. And some people would say, oh, wow, she's a beast. But she really is making many, many, many mistakes.
There's being a beast and there's being a wild animal, and she looks like the latter, not the former. And not in a good way.
Yeah. And that wasn't racist at all. That was about her skill level. That was a joke. She is fighting like an animal. She's swinging her freaking arms all over the place like she's a damn octopus.
Octodad, boxing edition.
Oh, now she's pretending she got head movement because the lady's throwing this little, tiny tap. Head movement! Head movement!
I have seen Shields' other fights, and she usually doesn't look bad.
You know what'd be crazy? It'd be crazy if Shields got knocked out and her corner was like... That's Corn right there. Okay. Maybe in Korn's mind, that's what she's thinking. She's like, I'm going to get her. She's not going to stomp on her, you know. She can't do that.
I don't know, man.
She might, you know. You never know.
There seems to be an increasingly small difference between MMA and boxing.
Yeah, I mean, there's not as much hugging in this match. Oh, Shields ate a right hand there, but it was like kind of glancing. No power. Korn doesn't seem to have any power.
I do like the tuxedo style of Cornholio's trunks.
Korn just ate a straight right hand.
Where there's like a tuxedo stripe of sparkles down the side.
Shields is stalking, just running forward with her hands down. Just another Shields round with a very unimpressing showing of boxing skill.
Yeah.
It's just sheer, you know, just strength and activity and not really much accuracy.
But this is exactly where you get into that situation of people say, you know, oh, well, female fighters or female athletes should be paid as much and blah, blah, blah. Well, do better.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you got to create.
There's a reason.
Don't create all these mismatches and then say, "Oh, well, people don't want to buy tickets." Well, go look at an athlete like Ronda Rousey. She had tons of ticket sales.
Yep.
She was one of the number one MMA fighters in the UFC, and that's a woman. And they matched her up against very good fighters.
Yeah.
Over here, this woman's fighting Clarissa Shields. Is like, this is not a 50-50 fight.
Cornholio is not supposed to be in that ring.
No, she's not.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cornholio hadn't like been the originally intended opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Although scrolling through her OnlyFans, it looks like she had a training camp for a while. But her OnlyFans doesn't seem to be very popular. Her posts only have like 20 to 30, engagements on them.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah, I know nothing about OnlyFans.
It's an interesting choice to use OnlyFans kind of like as a Patreon, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've seen a lot of people use it for like other things, not just, showing their ass.
Display it across her crotch.
Twitch has supposedly become a big one now, too.
Yeah.
A lot of people use Twitch.
Well, I think people got really frustrated with the totally incomprehensible rules and regulations of YouTube. And so they started seeking alternatives.
All right, we're coming to the 1 minute mark of round number 9. Clarissa Shields just landed a nice straight right hand. She just landed a jab. Just multiple jabs landing. It's interesting because Shields seems to be doing all the work, but Korn is starting to gas out.
Well, I think that they're both just.
Korn just ate a big right hand. Shields is stalking forward. It seems like the more Korn gasses, the more these shots are having an effect.
Honestly, this looks like two drunk chicks at a bar that were both flirting with the same dude, and now they're fighting outside.
One is a little less drunk than the other one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Shields is the drunker one.
Yeah, Cornholio only had like 2 beers. Shields had like a Long Island.
Cornholio's like, chill. Because she's not as drunk, so she don't have like that drunk strength.
But Shields was like, hold my shoes.
Exactly.
She flung her shoes at her friend and off she trots.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that's what I'm watching, but that's been my feedback for several of the more recent fights, where it feels like I'm just watching some sort of like bar brawl.
It's another Shields round.
3 a.m.
It's a very one-sided fight. Like what we've been saying, it's just a lot of the same. Shields landed some decent punches in this round, but
like where are
it's not exciting.
Up and coming fighters? Like where are they?
Yeah, especially female fighters. Where's the female fighters?
Like,
if we're supposed to consider this lady one of the best, she would have to go against some actual competition, wouldn't she?
At this point, I'm almost saying that she should go fight a flyweight dude or something.
She really should just stick with MMA. I mean, there's more competition there. I feel like she can fight like Cyborg or like Amanda Nunes. That's really where I think her biggest money will come, if she fights like Cyborg in a boxing ring, or the MMA fighter Cyborg, or Amanda Nunes, the UFC Women's Champion.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right, we're heading.
It looks like, but she needs to get her conditioning.
All right, we're in the final round number 10. Yeah, her condition is decent for a lady who's been throwing this many punches. This is round number 10. I mean,
round 3.
The smartest thing for Korn to do right now is just let it all go. try to knock her out.
I don't know that Cornholio really has much more to let go.
Yeah, she doesn't really have anything there. And people are going to act all shocked because I bet you no one's going to be watching this. All right, so they're showing the zone cards right now. They have Shields winning every single round, which is the exact same scorecard we have. I mean,
I think anybody with eyeballs would have that scorecard.
Yeah. It's not hard to score. It's one fighter landing decent punches, but there's not much there in front of her to have to like fear. So she's basically just having her way. But the fact that Shield is making this many mistakes, you know, if whoever's a good fighter in there, they would have taken her out pretty quick.
That's like an Adrian Broner level outfit that Shields is wearing.
It is. He would wear that skirt, wouldn't he?
Certainly would.
She looks a little more manly than him, I think.
Well, I mean, he did come out dressed up like the Cookie Monster one time.
Did he? Was that Broner? I thought that was a Tank Davis. I mean, there's a lot of crossover there. They even know each other. They're like buddies.
They seem like they would hang out.
Yeah,
I feel like they
Shields
would hang out.
Shields with a big overhand right and misses by a million miles.
Or possibly try to make very bad rap music.
Mm-hmm. I think he does make music. I think Broner raps. He's done. I think he's actually toured with his rap.
Oh Lord.
Shields just throwing this like crap little jangly jab and then throws a big old looping overhand right.
I mean, one thing I'll give Broner is he really just leans into how cringy he is.
It's a terrible fight.
He is just the cringiest cringe factory that has ever lived.
Shield is just able to do whatever the hell she wants. She's throwing these body shots.
And even though she's able to do whatever
no
she
setup.
wants, she chooses to look like shit. It's amazing.
She does, because she has the ability to do it versus a bum. And yeah, Broner is weird.
He's cringy. He's super cringy.
He is pretty cringe.
Like, ugh.
He's like Genuine doing weird standing worm dance cringe level. But actually worse. I think Genuine is actually, you know, at least he can sing, I guess.
I mean, auto-tune.
Yeah, I don't think he uses auto-tune. I think he just knows how to sing, sort of. Okay, here's our scorecard. This was an extremely hard fight to score. Shields has won every single round. This was a real bore fest, and it showed Shields either Corn has an amazing jaw or Shields doesn't punch that hard.
Well, Shields missed a lot.
She did.
She was flinging her arms around like a damn windmill, but she didn't really hit much.
She didn't. She was winging, or she was landing with the wrong part of the glove. She was landing with like the inside of the glove. She wasn't landing with the knuckles a lot. That big overhand is mostly glove.
And I have to say that, you know, for somebody who...
I like Shields' hair. You see it? It looks like a weird sperm. That's just something weird about it.
It looks like an experiment.
It looks like it's like conjuring some kind of magic.
Yeah, it does. It's the what is it from Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's like Street Fighter. Yeah. It's like it's gonna throw like a blue fireball. Fatality. Now, right hand from Shield. They're just showing all the Shield's highlights. This
Cornholio literally did nothing for her.
Yeah, Corn did almost nothing. She just moved around.
No, she didn't do almost nothing. She did actually nothing.
Yeah. There's like full rounds where she landed nothing. Because she didn't throw anything. She would just move around. And Shield's just trying to hit her as hard as possible and just cannot. He couldn't even get a knockdown. Just insane. Not good. Not a good fight. We're going to listen to what Shield's saying. Gonna get on the scorecard.
GWO.
See if we can hear some of these post-fight.
Of all time, maybe.
Gonna try to hear the posts. Just give us a moment. Bear with us.
Anything other than yes, I understand. I look like shit. Then she is a.
She'd be like, "This was a hard fight. This was one of the hardest fights of my career."
Is a warrior. Shut up.
Dominant from start to finish.
Corn is a real warrior.
Zero looking hair.
Corn. This is a really good fight. This is a very close fight. Our scorecard, we had it close for Corn, but what do you agree with this, Bob?
Yeah. I feel like we saw round one and we didn't need to see the rest of it.
Yeah, really. I was like hoping that something would actually happen, but nothing did. It was just a very uneventful, stupid
Cornholio looks like a
mismatch. It was very bad mismatch. You imagine Shields got robbed?
That'd be hilarious.
And the new
See, if that,
Corn.
it would make watching it worth it.
That would be hilarious. And then Corn's like, "Bitch, I beat you easy. That's easy work."
Oh, absolutely not. That is
Yeah, it's
horrible.
garbage.
That is so disappointing. And then people wonder why that no one takes women's sports seriously.
I mean, a lot of people don't take boxing seriously nowadays. There's such a garbage mismatch like this. It just shows you anybody gets a title nowadays.
Wow, that was a title fight. That's insane.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know this fight was happening till today. I mean, that ain't no champion she fought, and that lady's face is covered in plastic surgery. Who fights with plastic surgery?
I mean, she fights.
She has the lady has breast implants
No, it
and
looks like they removed them.
all types of Botox. Yeah, she supposedly got some kind of illness from them.
Yeah, that's what.
Kim,
We know somebody
a
who
person.
had to have that happen.
Yep. So, very disappointing fight. I wonder, let me see something. It's 11:45 right now. I wonder if there's anything else on. I'm gonna guess there isn't. Boxing. Okay, we're gonna get a post-fight interview here, I guess.
We got one more fight, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away.
No, they have one more fight, ladies.
They're saying they have one more fight. I thought this was a main event.
I guess they were sitting back there realizing how fucking boring it was, and we're like, quick, we gotta go find two guys. Go find two guys and bring them in here. We got shorts. Make it work.
I'm reading some article from AP. It says Clarissa Shields fighting for gender equality for women's boxers.
Of course she is. Well, then she should have done a better job, because her performance tonight did nothing to legitimize women's.
Yeah, I don't understand how this is women equality. I mean, people want to watch the guys fight more, and this is one of the reasons is there's no competition here. But I mean, this is happening to the male boxing too. They create all these mismatches. This is a mismatch. Who the hell wants to watch a mismatch outside of like fanboys, you know?
But it's also like, if you want to sit out there and say that I'm as exciting and interesting as these like mega fights, you can't look like a demented windmill for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was not impressive at all. Okay, here's the post-fight interview.
Congratulations. Didn't get a chance to get your niece into the ring. Defend your undisputed championship. You do it in a shutout performance. How did you feel about it?
I felt great. You know, I was landing my shots. I won every round like I knew I could. I pressed for the knockout, went for the knockout. I don't know how many times in the fight. Marcella just tough. Had a good right hand herself. And was very smart and sturdy.
Said the UFC main event is on right now.
So she did a great job.
Looking on their website.
You were preparing for Hannah Gabriel's a shorter opponent.
I was right.
Certainly different dimensions.
Cornholio wasn't the intended opponent.
Yeah, Hannah Gabriel's.
Yeah.
I don't think height matters. That's why I was able to beat Savannah Marshall, who probably about your height. But height don't matter, and power don't matter either. It's all about skill and will. And
She says power don't matter because she seems to not have any in this fight.
More than that than all these girls.
You said you were going for the knockout during this fight.
She definitely was going for the knockout. She couldn't even get the knock down.
She couldn't even make contact most of the time.
Stay smart.
She hit those ropes more than she hit her opponent.
She couldn't even bloody the lady's nose.
Like I could land most of my shots, but some of them were
She is way too cocky for the performance that she just put on.
Yeah, I mean, her opponent was not very good.
Which makes her.
This is a really bad fight.
Worse.
Her teeth look weird, don't they?
They do.
They're like
But I
curved.
think does she still have her mouth guard in? Maybe.
I don't know. It looks like it. She might. No, she doesn't.
Then she has bad veneers.
Her teeth are like round on the bottom and top. They have like they're like U-shaped or something.
It looks like she has dentures.
Yes.
I mean,
She has horse teeth.
possible that she might have lost her teeth from something.
Maybe. I don't think so. I think her teeth just look like that.
Get away from me, you know.
I mean, she's okay. I guess she's sort of pretty in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
I'm just disappointed because it didn't need to be so
After the win
boring.
over Savannah Marshall, that you wanted to do something special. Well,
Sometimes she sort of looks like a woman when she smiles.
Back to Detroit feels pretty special. How'd you feel being in this ring tonight?
Well, let me get the mic from you right now.
You're snatching the mic from him now.
I want to thank all y'all for coming out. It means so much to me.
All right, so she's thanking the crowd. Where are they fighting?
I guess they're in Detroit. She's from Detroit, I think.
Yeah.
Thank all y'all for coming out. I hope you guys come out for me again, and I hope I made you guys proud.
I mean, if that was the performance you put on, I wouldn't come out for you again, but
in a couple of weeks, you've got franchise
I'm a
cruise to
meanie,
earn
I
against
guess.
Savannah Marshall for titles that you once held.
Savannah
The
Marshall.
championship at 168 is the winner of that fight.
I'm only interested in the best. I'll be looking at that.
She says she's only interested in fighting the best.
And see whoever wins. But whoever wins, if they want to come meet me here at Little Caesars again, and when all my fans come out and watch me fight, I'm all down for it.
Congratulations, Clarissa.
Thank you.
All right, then. Congratulations,
Thank you so much,
Clarissa, for getting us a terrible fight.
that was extremely boring.
I mean, Clarissa, I guess she tried. She was trying to get a knockout. The other lady was really not trying to throw anything.
Well, it looks like they're trying to set her up with other bigger fights potentially in the UK, so.
I don't know. I don't really follow women's boxing much.
Yawn, yawn. Yawn, yawn. On a scale of 1 to Floyd Mayweather yawns, I'd say we're pretty close to Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, this was terrible. This is not a good fight. I mean, I don't like
And-
mismatches.
Yeah, I feel it, and I think that it really does a disservice to the sport to do that.
It's boring. Who the hell wants to watch a mismatch? It's just not fun. It's not for any boxing fan. Like I said, only fanboys want to see mismatches.
Dive into 888 Casino because it's made to.
All right, so we're in commercial right now. If you're just joining us, the scorecard is a clean sweep. Clarissa Shields beats Cornholio very easily.
Yeah, but Clarissa Shields didn't put on a good performance either, though.
Yeah, I mean, because her opponent was
Yeah,
garbage.
she won, but she didn't do a good job.
Yeah, her opponent was so terrible that Clarissa Shields was able to just wing out punches wildly, without any thought of receiving anything in return.
I feel like Clarissa Shields landed some power shots on the ropes more so than on Cornholio. But I will give them a little bit of a break on my snootiness because they were not intended to be fighting each other this evening, it sounds like.
And speaking of 10-round fights featuring women, Adrian Broner is supposedly fighting on the 9th. The return of Adrian Broner.
Well, they had to stagger the use of the beaded fringy skirt ensemble.
He's having a 10-round fight, welterweight fight, on June 9th in Miami, Florida.
It's astounding that he's a real
Wore a
person
mustache
sometimes.
for a little while,
Like,
and it was
he
okay,
exists.
but I didn't really
That's
like
kind
my,
of amazing.
my look per se.
It
Kind of
is.
compliment a person.
I
who
don't know
has,
if
like,
that's a
nice-
good amazing or a bad amazing. I'm
Well-groomed
just,
what you want to look like.
he's a real person and not some like figment of an anime
He's like a
cartoonist's.
He's like a cartoon character, sort of.
He is. He's like, he would not be amiss in a manga.
With Bet Builder, Betano, the game starts now.
So
He's
we're-
extremely cringy though.
Yeah, I feel like that's almost like what people like about him is that he's annoying.
Yes, nobody's interested in actual human stories anymore. It must all be Marvel superheroes and manga.
To just make time for things as long
Which
as you're
is
willing to rub salt.
An interesting indictment on pop culture. Is there another fight on this card? Because it sounded like they were saying.
Yeah, the announcer said to stay tuned. He said, "Don't go home, guys. There's one more fight."
But
With Busy's
whatever.
I don't understand. How does the fight come on after the main event? Was the main event that much garbage that they need to have one more
I think
fight?
that they might have been like at round 3. They're like, ah, shit, and they went out and like found some dudes in the parking lot.
Hey,
And they were
yeah.
like, hey, we'll give you a nice bonus.
It's like this fight was garbage.
Son.
Let's get some bums in here. They literally get bums from the parking lot. Say, "Hey guys, here's some
They
gloves."
go out to the Waffle House. They're like, listen, we'll give you $5,000 if you come in here.
They were like,
You know
"What?
a crossover that would be fantastic?
Bum fights?
Luchadors. Boxing.
Boxing luchadors?
Together at last.
How would you blend those together? If it was a single word,
They get to
boxadors?
Boxadors. Yeah.
Boxadors is good.
Because it would be luching if you did it the other way.
Lucha box.
No, boxadors.
Boxadors. They'd be doing backflips in the ring.
Yeah, like imagine the Superman punch that could happen if they literally jumped off the ropes. They would have to have headgear though.
Imagine Shield just like bouncing off the top rope and throwing a big right overhand while flying in midair.
She came in there cosplaying as a Mortal Kombat character, so I mean.
Yeah, it's just so big looping overhand rights. The UFC is having a card right now. They're having a 5-round fight.
I didn't really like my look
between this guy who knocked out Cody Garbrandt.
What you want to look at?
We're still watching the Clarissa Shields card. We're also watching this UFC main event. What's the guy's name? So I can't see it. Albazi
versus Carl France.
Carl France. I think Carl France. Is that how you say his name?
Cara France?
Carl France, right? I think that's the guy that knocked out Cody Garbrandt.
Halifax, being surrounded by
He's that annoying contrarian guy, right?
Cody Garbrandt?
Yeah.
Cody Garbrandt's the guy that beat Dominic Cruz. Yeah, I forgot what weight that was. I don't remember. It might have been bantamweight or something.
Irrelevant.
Cody Garbrandt is like, he's a good fighter, but he talks a lot of trash. He's cringe. You want to see cringe. He can be pretty cringy. You know who's also really cringy?
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, definitely. And there was the guy that he fought, TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah.
That's ultra cringe. And he has like those big tits. Like he has like boobs.
What happened to the guy who looked like Yu-Gi-Oh? His name?
Israel Lasagna.
Not Lasagna Man. Yeah, he was a white kid. And he had spiky blonde hair.
Spiky blonde hair.
Yeah.
What weight was it?
I don't know. He was like, he did karate or something.
Sage Northcutt.
That's the one. Whatever happened to him?
I think he went to 1 championships. I could be wrong. I remember he got hurt really bad. Like some guy like broke his skull or something and he had to take time away from the sport.
I recall.
He came back. I think he fought recently. I don't know if he won. I don't know. I just saw that he fought.
He was also cringe though.
He was. He used to do the backflip. He was like way too buff for his age. He was like 19 and he was like jacked.
Yeah, wasn't he from like Minnesota or like
I don't
Nebraska
know. He was like extremely like nice. He was like too nice.
Yeah, but I feel like
he's like leave it to Beaver nice. He's like, how's it going, Mrs. Robinson?
But it felt like simpering, whimpering kind of faux nice. Like,
yeah.
It seems
that's
like he's
Ronda
all
Rousey.
Like,
she's like when she fought.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. So and So. But then as soon as the door closes, he's like, "Fuck that guy, I hate him."
He's like, "Time to kill these puppies."
No, I just think he's.
But you just can't believe somebody would be that nice.
He just seemed a bit two-faced.
That's a guy whose parents beat him just enough.
That was the correct amount of beating.
Just the perfect amount of beatings.
Applied like sasong.
Applied a generous amount of sasong, and by sasong we mean a belt. A belt to the face sometimes, especially when he opened his mouth. But then he rebelled, and his rebellion was spiky hair and steroids. No, we don't want to say that. From what I heard, he's just in really good shape. He works out a lot.
I mean, if he's actually from the Midwest, there's like literally nothing to do there but either meth or exercising.
He probably was eating cow balls.
It's like either you do meth
so they're
or
showing
you're
advertisement for Munguia. Munguia is fighting who?
Middle ground. I can't say that many consonants.
Derevyanchenko, I think. That's the guy that Triple G fought forever ago. I mean, I don't know. I gotta look up his most recent fight, but it should be cool to see Munguia. Find somebody, someone that.
I still think that this is
same
not
opponent
DAZN.
Triple G
I think
fought.
it's DAZN.
Yeah, I don't like the name.
It's dumb.
It's like DAZN. Duh.
And actually, if you read it like in a way that would make sense to people with a brain, it looks like it says Danz. DANZ.
Yeah, it does. It does look like it says dance.
It's stupid.
It is.
This is an instance where
they said don't go home, that there's going to be another fight, and it seems like it looks like there's not going to be another fight.
All right, abandon ship. Let's go to Snuggle Peoples. The struggle snuggle.
Yeah, this we're watching the end of the UFC card right now.
Struggle snuggle supreme.
Yeah, it looks like Cara France is winning, it looks like. Which they supposedly don't win very much, especially wars. You know that they made that.
For a long time, France was a preeminent world power. I don't know what happened.
Not nowadays. They actually made the gun. I just found that recently. I think I forgot the name of it, but one of the main guns used by the U.S. I think in World War II was actually, I think, created by the French. It was a French gun, French firearm. I was thinking it was
time.
What was the name? I think it was like the something Grand, the M1 Grand, something like that. Because I was looking it up. Just like a cool rifle.
I mean, France was known for its military prowess.
But he was a French Canadian. That's
where it all went south.
Yep. They look at this. Now they don't even have a Second Amendment. They have like no Second Amendment. They have no guns over there, pretty much.
Well, I mean, they didn't have a Second Amendment to begin with.
Well, I mean, they used to have gun rights. Now they have none, thanks to Grandma Trudeau.
Oh, Struggle Snuggle Supreme over here is having his eyebrow squished together with cotton swabs.
All right, so France. I think France just won that, but we didn't watch the whole fight. We just got into it towards the end. Let's watch like the last 3 rounds. And they're showing some replays of takedowns and all that. We're just throwing a little bit of UFC into the stream. Sorry we got here late. Eventually we're going to get here on time.
We didn't get here late. We got here exactly at the correct time.
To you, it's always the perfect time, but we'll get here. We'll get here the right time.
What's the point of worrying?
We'll be here at the right time for Broner, maybe, if we do that one.
Of all people to honor with the momentous occasion of being on time, you select Cringe Master Flash himself?
Yes.
Absolutely not. Unacceptable. We should probably miss the first round of his fight. Just because you said that.
Well, we should. We should just go get something to eat and get something to eat and come back. Okay, it looks like this is what the last round.
Getting something to eat.
It's the 5th round of the UFC main card.
McDingles. I believe that's the only thing currently open.
It's weird that they were in the middle of the card on DAZN and said, "Hey, everybody, don't go anywhere. There's one more fight," and then there was no fights.
They're trying to go find the bums.
Yeah.
And corral them into trunks.
They thought they had a fight, but the bum shit himself, and so they weren't legally able to have that fight.
They discovered the actual meth needles.
He had
or no, you smoke meth, don't you? Yeah.
I think you can inject it too. So
I don't know. Whatever.
They found out he was high on meth, and he could not fight the drunk guy.
Yep.
He could not.
That would be kind of funny. Like, as an intermission, they just find 2 drunk people in the crowd and bring them into the ring and make them fight each other.
The drunk people have been talking trash all night.
Yeah. Because I'm sure at these events, fisticuffs break out in the crowd. And it should be that if you get caught by security fighting, you get pulled into the ring and you have to fight as entertainment for everybody.
To the death.
No, give them headgear, give them real big pillow gloves. But let them sock and bop the shit out of each other for 20 minutes.
Let them suck and fuck the hell out of each other.
Why would you do that? That's so crude.
Sorry, that was degenerate. I just thought it'd be funny. It's like they just bring in some, and everyone in the building's throwing up. They're like, oh.
No, but I think it would be really funny.
It gave them an emotion.
They basically put them in a holding cell. You were being naughty. Now you need to go fight your opponent for everybody to watch. And then, tomatoes and other, semi-rotten soft vegetables and fruits are distributed.
They just give... This is what Floyd should do. He should have a fight. He should be like the Gallagher of boxing. And, I'm working off of what the Bob said, just adding on to this idea. So it's almost like if you ever heard of Gallagher, he was a comedian that would smash watermelons and stuff on stage. You hit it with a large mallet. And so now Floyd, he's going to fight bums like he's currently doing, but people get the how the guy when you go and watch any kind of sporting thing, they'll be throwing peanuts and all that. And they'll be selling tomatoes and watermelons, and you all get to fling it at Floyd. It's all legal. It's all legal. See, I think I would instantly go watch a Floyd Mayweather fight.
Absolutely. I would respect him more.
You get to fling a big ass watermelon in him.
Slice the tomato so it doesn't actually hurt him, but it's just funny.
I mean, I think if the person, be careful, it's peaking. Yeah, my mic is peaking a little bit. I don't understand why. I'm gonna have to lower this just slightly. I don't know why it's peaking. So they'll have you get to fling a watermelon at Floyd, and if you actually land it on him, you get $1 million. You know how much money they would make in watermelons?
But you get the $1 million from Floyd.
Oh, yes. But he could dodge it. You know, he doesn't have to stand there and take it. He gets to dodge. This, what would you call this sport? This could be like a whole new sport. He gets to wear a helmet. He can wear a helmet.
And if he punches the watermelon in the air, then you have to give him like $10.
Then you got to give him like $1 million.
No, because nobody's going to have that. So you have
and
to
then the mob
like
kills you because you can't give Floyd $1 million.
No, you just give him like $10.
Yeah, $10.
You give him $10.
The stakes are much higher for Floyd. You know, it would be Floyd has to give you $1 million if the fight isn't exciting.
Yeah,
he would be completely broke.
The main event, if the main event sucks, the main event fighters should have to refund everybody's tickets that came out of their winnings.
What, the main event sucks?
Yeah, if the main event, like this main event that we just saw, if it's an absolute shite pile, then Cornhole and Shields have to pay to refund everybody's tickets that came.
Yes. I mean, that sounds like a good trade-off. I mean, look, if you're going to go spend money to go watch some stupid fight and it's boring as hell, like, give me something, man. This is why I said it. If I could throw watermelons at you, the fight is going to get exciting. Because you're going to be dodging watermelons. And wait, someone's got to get some points if they dodge these watermelons, right?
But, like, see, right, so building on what we've said from prior fights, they get points for their creative expression
just throw a pineapple
as
at
they enter the ring. Like, are they dancing? Is the music choice unexpected and interesting? They get style points for their outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Then, you know, the music played during the fight is arbitrarily selected from a random period in history.
Mm-hmm.
And then, depending on what tier of the arena you're in, you're given a selection of different produce to fling.
Mm-hmm.
But the fighters don't know when the produce is going to get flung, and each section gets a different time to throw produce.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, they're in the middle of a fight, and it starts literally raining watermelons.
Yep.
It's a rain in tomatoes.
It's a rain and melons. Hallelujah. It's rain and melons.
And then you see them go back to back and start punching the watermelons out of the sky. See, we're giving them all these ideas. We really should be getting paid for this.
We should. I mean, we've created a new sport, and all we had to do is blend together Gallagher and boxing. It makes perfect sense.
Boxiger, exactly.
That's it. We're gonna be competing soon with Smack Fight Championships. I mean, if people can watch that crap, they can definitely watch us.
Wait.
This.
But this also opens up the luchador boxing crossover I was talking about before. Because if they're going to get style points for their ring walk and their outfit, I mean, luchador is going to win every time, right?
Yep.
Because they have a whole thing. But if you incorporate this whole experience together, I think it would be very entertaining. And it would also be entertaining if randomly at points in the fight, the canvas goes from being a very taut canvas to a trampoline.
And what's going to happen? Are going to like bounce? But the watermelon's going to. But this is going to make it more unpredictable because now that watermelon's going to bounce off the canvas. It's going to bounce. It's going to fall into the crowd. I don't know. My mic is peaking a bunch right now. I don't understand why. Hey, I got to lower the gain on my mic.
You know, my whole merch thing where I'm making band T-shirts for bands that don't exist.
All right, I lowered my gain. Let's see if that fixes the issue.
Concert tours that don't exist. I think merch for sports that don't exist is going to be my next excursion into making.
Oh wait, you can't tell people all your ideas. We can't let it all out.
I could tell people the idea. That doesn't mean they're going to be able to execute it in the same way I would.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of people know how to make cookies.
It's like back in the day, I used to like the fake like brand names. They would have like Tommy Hilfiger or Tommy whatever. It would be like the same font. And they would be able to sell it, and it would actually trick people. They'd go to like school. I actually think they would go to school, you know, with this fake stuff because everybody was all into name brands. It was like a big thing in the 90s.
But it's not even quality name brand.
No,
it's the like pret-a-porter, just overly branded T-shirts, which are ridiculous. I mean, you could go to Walmart, get yourself a 10-pack of Fruit of the Looms undershirts, right? All cotton, so it breathes. Get yourself a Cricut. Go download whatever logo you want, and Bob's your uncle. There you go. Mm-hmm. You've now got Gucci, Fendi, Chanel, whomever, Valentino. You could do. They're all doing the little T-shirt with the small logo. Mm-hmm. You could do it yourself.
Yeah, just go make your own logo. Mm-hmm. She should make a brand. She can call it like Shields.
She could.
You could put like a shield on your shoulder.
And it could be like her face on Mortal Kombat characters.
Yes, you just get ultra lazy. They'll get sued for copyright or like stealing.
No, because it would be 30% different than the
But
original.
that's fair use, I think, right? Because it's like comedic.
It would be slightly different.
All right.
Because she isn't a Mortal Kombat character, despite what her hair seems to be telling everyone.
Yeah, she looks sort of like the Luke Cybot or something. Like she's got that thing going on with the blue hair. Luke Cybot. Is that his name? I think it was. What is it? All right, so we're probably gonna be getting out of here. We might do something else if Bob isn't. Well, Bob's probably very tired.
Bob is working on 3 hours of sleep currently.
Bob didn't sleep much. So we're going to be getting out of here. This was a night of not exactly the best fights. We only saw a couple of them.
The Struggle Snuggle event is still going.
Yeah, the UFC event isn't done yet. We can go to the end of that. It's got 1 minute left. We'll tell you the result, and we'll get the hell out of here.
You know what's really sad? There's better boxing currently happening during the UFC fight than there was during the boxing fight.
There's probably better boxing happening right now on a street corner near you. If you can go outside at the right time of the night, just when people are sauced up enough.
Go find yourself a pub.
And that'll be actually more fair fight, possibly.
I'm not talking about one of those hideous nightclubs.
If
right?
you want to see a better women's fight than this, go to a gay bar. Go to like a lesbian bar and just wait outside. But it's got to be like really butch ones. Actually, those really like those dainty girls, the cute ones, they usually have fights with a butch dyke at the end of the night.
No, they fight with each other.
I've seen it
before. And then hair extensions go flying.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to like
shoes,
it's hard to find
hair
those.
Extensions, handbags, earrings, everything.
Yeah. Anytime you go out, you hang out with like some like, I guess, like ghetto kind of thing going on, you know, some like hood girls and guys. They're always happy in the middle in the beginning of the night, and by the end they're all crying. And then you're like there, like, what happened, guys? And they've all like beat each other up, or they beat.
Because you see, this is what happens when, in place of a brain, you only have tequila, or vodka, or whatever it was that you were drinking all night.
I know this because I'm from Brooklyn. I've seen a lot of fights. I remember there was a Mexican bar near my house that they would have fights every single night, all the way to the point that the cops were posted up there permanently.
That's like a high school that was near where I grew up.
Those guys love their fights. They love boxing.
They would have cop cars on every single block, all the way from the high school, all the way to the edge of the neighborhood, because the shenanigans.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
I remember one time, I had stayed home from school that day for some reason. I didn't go to the local public school, but I saw one kid come galloping down the block with a sledgehammer, and I was like,
was it Gallagher?
It is time for me to go inside.
This was Gallagher?
No, this was some like very angry young person who managed to sneak a sledgehammer into school for some reason.
He needed it. My brother did that one time. He brought a giant butcher knife to school.
It seems like a really excellent way to get arrested.
And for one weird reason, he had like duct tape wrapped around the handle. I don't know why.
He watched
and it was the big knife.
Redemption
this was not
times.
Your normal kind of knife either. I don't know where the hell he got this freaking knife. It looked like something out of like Conan the Barbarian.
He stole it from the Bengali family across the street.
Yeah, took it to school with him.
He took it. They weren't able to cut their goat.
Like, wow. He was not messing around. You should never bully my brother.
Or maybe you should if you have.
Imagine the guy who saw that. That was bigger than that was the Crocodile Dundee would go. Now that's a knife. Right.
Yeah.
He's like, you call that a knife? And then my brother pulls out this giant, huge Conan kitchen knife. It's like, who the hell made a knife that big?
But that's
for kitchen?
why it's so funny when people who are from like
Okay, it looks like what's his name lost, and the UFC card.
Carbomb
yeah.
or
the other guy. What's Cara, whatever the hell his name is, not her.
Know. I've been calling him Carbomb. The other one's Al Jazeera. I don't fucking know.
Al Jazeera one. It looks like.
All right.
Yeah.
Al-Bazi.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was gonna say. Al-Bazi. His first name is Amir. I just think I'm Amir Khan. He's Amir Khan.
Well, Amir Khan had no chin whatsoever. You
his
look
last
at him
fight
too
was
hard,
amazing.
he falls over.
That beating he took in his last fight was like legendary.
By beating, you mean one punch landed and he ate shit.
He tried to screw Brooke over. They did him and his buddy.
Kell Brook, I forgot.
Yeah, Kell Brook, and he tried to screw him over. Like Crawford was trying to help him drain Brooke like he had drained him. And then Brooke just beat the living shit out of Khan. And then you see like Crawford stand up in like awe. He's like, wow, he actually passed all the tricks. Like he beat Khan way better than Brooke beat Khan way better than Crawford did. And I guess Brooke found out how to make weight without.
Well, I mean, that's like what happened with Margarito, right? When they figured out he was being a dirty piece of shit, and he got.
Well, they never really proved it. You know that they never really proved it.
The teeth beat right out of his face.
Yeah, but they never proved really that he had anything in his gloves. And the guy that said that he had something is one of the dirtiest coaches in the sport.
Whatever.
He actually died. I didn't even know that. That coach. What was his name?
I don't know.
I forgot his name. The
May
guy,
he be forgotten from history.
He would come out there like he would act. His name, they called him like Nasim, brother Nazim.
Oh God.
All right, so an amazing night of boxing. We won't speak ill of the dead. Brother
sure
Nazim, you were a cheap. You were a cheap bastard. But you're dead, and that sucks.
I wonder if he died because of steroids.
Well, I mean, his family,
His family should have called his ass in. If you know your family member is being an ain't shit piece of shit, it's your responsibility as their family member to do something about it.
Yeah, you gotta better yourself, All right, so let's see if this is working. We're gonna be getting out of here. We'll see you guys soon. Bob, what do you have to say? Do you have any last words before we go? The stream is brought to an end.
I think this
Any
would be
closing
improved
comments?
with watermelons, trampolines, and luchadors. That's what I
think that sport needs to happen. I think it would make Floyd Mayweather's fights way more exciting. It's gonna give a lot of older fighters longevity in their career, especially hated fighters like Floyd Mayweather. All right.
Bouncing boxadors. There we go.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Or don't. We can't tell you what to do. Live your life.